Hey, happy Monday. Okay, so I am going to attempt to be consistent about uploading videos to my YouTube and growing this channel and focusing mostly on credit repair, finances, and just how to manage debt and adulting mostly. So we'll start with that. And I'll throw in some like life lessons, motivational things, some things that I am experiencing and growing and learning along the way. But today I want to kind of come in and talk about student loans because this is something that I get a lot of questions on. I am getting a lot of concerns about student loans. Let me back up because I totally missed the whole thing, and who knows if I may get attract some new viewers to this page with this subject. I am Jasmine Walker. I am a credit repair specialist, credit repair specialist, credit repair certified, and credit score certified. I help people get into homes, get cars. I help people with their credit, removing erroneous reporting to their credit file, inaccurate reporting to their credit file. And I help people I consult to help people improve their credit score. So I do free consultations, and I will put my information somewhere on this page or in my description box when I figure all this out. So I am going to be talking about student loans today, and this is live. I have not really gotten savvy about putting together videos and uploading, but I might try to do that at some point. But since this is live, if anyone happens to pop in and has a question about anything credit related, I will address the question. So today we're talking about student loans. I get a lot of questions about student loans and concerns about student loans because people are concerned that because they have a high amount of student loan debt reporting on their credit file, that it is bringing their credit score down. So I want to talk about that, and then also how student loans impact home ownership and some steps you could take to resolve the issues that student loans are creating for you. So, starting with student loans negatively impacting your credit score. For most adults, student loans are your oldest debt, your oldest credit history. And your credit history is a huge portion of the calculation of your credit score. It is the second largest portion of the calculation of your credit score. So, having a long credit history benefits your credit profile and your overall credit score. So, for most adults, that is the longest credit history you have because it's one of the first credit accounts, one of the first accounts or loans that you've gotten in your adulthood. So, with that being said, student loans are a lot of time positively impacting your credit score because it's showing credit history. However, you want to show positive credit history. So, if you did not, excuse me, guys, one second, I have a toddler. It's not going to be smooth sailing over here. Okay, so if you have student loan debt, that is likely going to be one of your longest loan history that you have reporting to your credit file. If it's reporting negatively, it's because you may have late payments. The late payments is what is bringing your credit score down because you want to have you want to have a length of positive credit history reporting to your credit file. Don't know why my Alexa is going off. I wasn't talking to you, Alexa. So the first thing you want to do is figure out if you have late payments reporting on your student loans and have those disputed to be on-time payments or reverse to on-time payments. Now, what I have found is that a lot of times you can call your student loan processor, server, whatever they call it these days, and get on a repayment plan and ask to have your late payments reverted back to on time, and they'll do that. A lot of times they will work with you on that because really they just want to know that you know your student loans are there and you plan on paying them back, and they don't really want to hold late payments over your head. So that is something I found in my experience. It may differ from person to person, but it's a place to start because reverting those payments to on time could cause your score to go up because now you have a length of credit history with on-time payments. If that doesn't work, then you would want to either on your own or work with a repair specialist to have those late payments disputed and reverted to on-time payments. So that's number one. I wanted to talk about that because I've found that people have come to me and they were adamant about getting those student loans removed from their credit report. We get them removed and their score drops, and they're so shocked that their score drops because you lost credit history. You lost a huge portion of your credit profile. And if you don't have a diverse credit profile, you have not built a credit profile with uh, other diverse uh, relationships with other lenders, then you can lose points by removing your credit, by removing your student loans. The next thing I want to talk about is home ownership and student loans. And that seems to be a huge concern for a lot of people because the student loans are negatively impacting their DTI. DTI stands for debt to income. Debt to income ratio is what people are concerned about when it comes to their student loans. Why? Because that is considered, it's very, very highly considered when it comes to the amount of a loan, how much home you can buy, the amount of loan you will get approved for. Your debt to income ratio is basically a calculation of how much debt you have and how much income you're bringing in to repay that debt. They want to know, do you make enough money? Do you earn enough money to reasonably repay the amount of debt that you owe? And can you afford to fulfill all of your debt obligations, your repayment obligations on all your debt, and afford a mortgage and repay that as well? So that is why your debt to income is highly considered when it comes to getting approved for a home loan, and it's interfering with people getting the amount they need to purchase the type of home they want. Especially these days, if you have a high debt to income ratio, you may get approved for 100,000, 200,000, which is not going to be enough to purchase a home these days, with today's market and the prices on a lot of these homes. Just basic single family homes are costing above 200,000 to 50, 300,000, depending on your location and the market you're in. So what I have to say is a couple of things. A lot of the regulations and requirements have changed as far as how your student loans are calculated in the type of loan you're going for. And I have found that there are lenders who are not up to date on the new requirements for how to calculate your student loan debt into your debt to income ratio. So you want to make sure that you are working with a lender who is up to date on the new requirements that have recently changed over the last year or two. Now, it used to be where the requirement was 1% of your student loans had to be calculated. Now, some of the types of loans have dropped to 0.5%, or can consider what your payment is, regardless of how much money you owe on the loans, but what is your monthly payment. And these things differ from loan to loan. So you have different types of loans. You have the FHA loan, you have conventional loan, USDA, Freddie Mac. They all have different requirements as to how to calculate your student loans into your debt to income ratio. So you want to make sure that your lender is using the most up-to-date requirements, because those requirements have changed to help people who have a lot of student loan debt get into homes. So it's the requirements have changed to benefit the consumer in the home buying market. So if your lender is not up to date, then you're not going to positively benefit your, because you're getting your student loans are being calculated based on old requirements and regulations that no longer apply when they've been updated to benefit you. So that's the first thing. You want to do your own research. I am not a lender. I am just doing a lot of research on my own because I'm in the market to purchase a home this year. And I have discovered that there's a lot of changes and not everyone is aware of them. So do your own research, research the different types of loans and what is required, and talk to your lender about what their knowledge of that is, to kind of interview them to see if they really know what the updates are and are going to be working in your best interest by keeping up to date with the new requirements. The other thing is that you can get you can help yourself with your student loans by getting on a good repayment plan. There's a lot of different types of repayment plans out there. There's phase repayment plans. There are so many options that are out there depending on your situation. If you work in the public service field, teacher, state government agency, federal government agency, any government agency, law enforcement, there is the Public Service Loan Forgiveness Act. I think that's what it is. I keep forgetting what it PSLFA. I think that's what it's called. Anyway, so what that does is that puts you on a plan where you have a certain amount of payments that you pay on time. And when you hit that number of on time payments, which equals out to be about 10 years worth of student loan payments, which is really 10 years flies by. When you graduate college, you're like 22, 21, 20. I don't know. I might have spent too much time in college. But anyway, you're in your 20s, 10 years, 30s, done with student loan debt. And then your student loan debt is wiped clean, like it's all forgiven. So that's a very good option. And right now, until October, they will count any student loan payments that you have made previously towards the I'm not going to try to say it. PSLFA. I think I said it. They will count any previous payments into those payments that will qualify towards your loan forgiveness, which is huge because in the past, once you sign up for the forgiveness plan, then that is when your payments start to count, if that makes sense. So, like if you're 35 years old and you've been paying your student loans already for 7 years, and you just now learn about this program and you sign up now, from now on, that's when your payments count. But until October, if you're 35 years old and you've been paying for 7 years, those payments count. So you may only have 3 years left. If you understand what I'm saying, this is something you need to take a huge advantage of. And it's something you have to register for. So you can't just like in 3 years say, I made all these payments. You need to get on the books. You have to go and get on the books. You need to contact somebody now at your loan servicing agency and get on the programs for those loans, those payments to count. So make that a priority if this could benefit you. Another thing is that there are some borrower defense act programs out there that are discharging and forgiving student loans completely because of unfair lending practices that that preyed on students who had no idea what they were doing when they were signing up for these student loans, and they were preyed upon and then got out of school with all this debt, didn't know what they were doing, and the practices were just shady. So for that reason, those schools have been sued. They're in the process of being sued, and there are programs out there to get you absolved of your student loan debt. So you want to go on the federal student loan page, and I keep forgetting this website too. I will put it in the description box for you guys though when I figure that out. And fill out the application. I have one pending, and it took me about 20-30 minutes, depending on, if you have all your dates together, to fill out. And you can do it from your phone. If you have supporting documentation, that will better your case. But you can have your loans wiped clean through this. I know, I'm not going to say the schools because I know that YouTube can be kind of funny about certain things, and people been getting sued around here lately. So I'm not going to say the schools, but there's some big popular schools out there that have done a lot of people wrong. And if you went to one of those schools and got got a loan with them, you're very highly likely to get those loans discharged or forgiven completely. So you want to look into that. I think that was it. Forgiveness, repayment. Yes. So those are some things you can do. Oh, one more thing, the big one. You can remove your student loans from your credit report, your credit file. Your student loans can be removed from your credit file. Anything that is not reported 100% accurately must be deleted from your updated or deleted from your credit file. The thing is, a lot of times, those credit bureaus, which a lot of people don't realize are not government agencies, a lot of times the credit bureaus do not know what the accurate reporting is. So they can't update it. So they have to remove it from your credit file. Student loans are notorious for being reported inaccurately. If you just look at your student loans and how they're reported to Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion, I'm sure most of us can find where there's a dollar amount off, there's a date off, there's something that's off. And if they're being reported differently to each credit bureau, then somebody doesn't have it accurately. They all need to figure that out or remove it from your credit file. So you can have your student loans removed from your credit file if you're working with a good credit repair specialist who knows how to attack that. Now, I will say that just because it's removed from your credit file does not mean you do not owe the debt. A lot of people are shocked because they think, oh, it's no longer on my credit, I don't owe it anymore. No, it's a student loan. They're not going to let you out of it that easy. It may be off your credit file, but you still owe the debt, and you can still be sued for that debt. And they can come back on your credit report. So if you are somebody who has your student loans removed because of inaccurate, obsolete reporting, then make sure that you're still communicating with the team, the student loan agency that you have your student loans with, and make sure that you have a repayment plan and that you are repaying your student loans so that you don't end up in trouble with that. So I think that's all I have. Oh, one more thing. I do have my company, my credit repair company does have a program called My Student Loan Manager, and we help with these things. We've been very successful at getting loans discharged, forgiven, late payments reversed, getting customers in low repayment plans, really helping people out with their student loans. This can be very overwhelming dealing with your student loans. Trust me, I'm someone who's done it myself. It's overwhelming. You could qualify for something, but then not get it just because you filled out the form wrong or you used the wrong form, and nobody's really going to tell you what to do. You have to figure that out on your own, and it could be frustrating. So my student loan manager is a team of professionals who are working for you, and they know what to do with your student loans. They can look at them, they look at your circumstances, they put all the puzzle pieces together, and they come up with the best option for you. They know if your student loans can be forgiven, discharged. They know these things. They know what forms to fill out, how to fill them out. They do this so that you don't have to worry about not qualifying because you did it wrong. and you're hiring a professional team who's working in your best interest. And it's been fantastic. I know people who have taken advantage of this have not regretted it at all, even if it meant getting all their late payments reversed or getting into a very low repayment plan that's stress free. Like you can get into a payment plan for as little as $0 a month, $5 a month. This can happen. So that is a service that's available to you if you're interested. Just go ahead and leave me a comment, um, or send me a call. I guess I'll put my contact information somewhere here, and I can help you. I also do free credit consultations. I can talk to you about your student loans, and we'll get as far as we can go. I know some things. I will not sit here and promise to know everything, but I will know where to get the information for you. So if you need any help with that, you can contact me as well. I hope this video was helpful. I promise to get more sophisticated in the future, but you got to start somewhere. I hope everyone has a great week. Bye.